Hello and welcome. Today is Wednesday, the 6th day of January 2020, 9:24 a.m. Eastern as I am doing this video. All bets, trades, and within the that's within each's own risk and their own reward. Bitcoin remains in this trend. I'm not going to call it a boring trend because it's been kind of cool. And that's until it breaks it. I'm not going to really cover it too much for the next week and a half, but it's going to break it within it. And the trend is this uptrend. So until it either breaks, clearly breaks the resistance, that's not a clear, good line, but I'll be looking at it. Or we break down and we have some sort of clear retracement below some sort of established support within this uptrend. But wow, I mean, it doesn't usually do this for that long. But oftentimes I'll say in Bitcoin back in the days when we're in really boring territories. 2018 was the, in here maybe it's until it does something, until you break down here or break it, no need for me to cover it. And things like that I've said way back at the time. And I normally only say it during the sideways range. Oh my goodness, for silver, for gold, pretty much for years, it pretty much was that way. But I love this trend as it is playing out. It broke out on December the 16th. And it topped-ish, we'll say, up towards the 19th. And then the sideways range, and then it got back out. But since it got back out on the Christmas day, and just this sideways range, and the retracement, into the way it retraced it within the move on the January 4th session, I think. Yeah, the January 4th session. And then continue the instant trend. I mean, it doesn't take much to really break it. It shouldn't stay in it for a while, so we'll see how it goes. It's just nicely getting overextended amongst the monthly time frame. But again, look at how much it's barely up versus that. And what's the difference on that? Well, it got above 1100 and then it got barely above it, might be just like in here somewhere. But looking at it mathematically, okay, 20,000 to 34, not quite double. Well, what's not quite double on 11? Like 18 or so, 17. So yeah, I mean, up in here, just to keep something like that in mind. Lots of other coins to go over. Let's look at LITECOIN next. And the choppiness I'm talking about within the volatile up and down moves pretty much continuing or staying within such. Just fantastic opportunities. And as we can see in here, January the 3rd, having a nice little green candle up, 14.9% move, retesting twice hit previous high. Now it has come back within this level from this low to this high. So far, so good. If it's able to find a higher low and break out from there, that's a fantastic thing. So far, it's gotten that higher low in, but to break out, it's got to get well above the 50 handle. So an easy mathematical number to remember via that way. As far as Litecoin on the single hour term time frame, an attempt to break out here, January the 5th morning, yesterday morning, not quite doing so. Hey, look at this, the 8 a.m. stamp, making an attempt, making a statement. That's all it is right now. Now that we see the statement and attempt has been made, if I see breakness within the 18 average of lows, oh, ouchie daisy, maybe probably go down to 42.6 handle at least type thing, or decent leg below this level. And if I can see nice moves above this established resistance, which would be probably and most certainly clearly shown on the more shorter term, and I'm showing 5 minutes, well, whatever. But for something like this, if I'm to see this getting above this level here, I would be thinking there's a good chance continuation gains would follow thereafter that against the US dollar. Starting within the 4-hour term and the price of $163 and change, getting above the Fibonacci mark on the second day of January, and has been holding nicely ever since it got to this 18 stamp a couple days ago. And it comes down near the lows for a second time here. And then up to the highs, and since then it is followed with what is now the 5th period where it is congested within the 18 average of highs. For the first 3, it resisted it. For this one and the previous one, it's supporting it. So it's showing a lot of strength amongst the 18 average of highs amongst this time frame. And on the daily term, we can see how it exits from it on January the 2nd again. Some little bit of sideways correction within this leg higher. We've already established high at 174, so to me it looks like it's going to extend it. And the extension to me looks like the statement I thought it was going to go to as it was from the beginning on the break above, and that's to about a little over 210. We'll call it about 225, considering how much it likes to pierce extra. Next up is Theta, and this weekend I'm probably going to be running a fun little NFL wild card giveaway within Theta and Theta Fuel. So check up on that. And that'll be coming up very, very soon. I mean, it's probably going to be like tonight or tomorrow. Today's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday, yeah. And that would be for picking games against the spread in the National Football League. There's 6 games this weekend. So check out that later on. I'll probably put it NFL wildcard data giveaway title, something like that. Amongst the single hour term time frame, price action had the opportunity to break out yesterday morning. And against Bitcoin, it hasn't been reacting as well lately. Hasn't broken down either because it's been holding established support and it's still managed to get above this one. But definitely a little cautious at the fact, is this starting to show a little bit of signs of toppiness? After all, if we see it showing weakness here on the 4 hour, I'd be thinking, yeah, probably going to go down and test within this range about 53 at least as the next leg lower. And on the daily term time frame, this is a move like that would take us to the 18 lows and all that type of stuff as well. But if it does manage to get above it for another attempt, I mean, this thing is live in a spectacular bull market with amazing large, for me and so many other people, high price points that can come follow. I think against the Bitcoin in the short term or I hate to use the word short term, midterm for me, several weeks and months, that this could do well into the 5 digits. And long term, I'm not sure if I think it's capable of doing 6-figure Satoshi against the Bitcoin. All right, so Theta quickly against the dollar next. And it's showing signs against its currency to be doing really well. $2.21, still below this high in here. And the 4 hour term, we can see that it's holding amongst the 18 average of highs very nicely within this correctionary mode. And it's only ever tested this area. I haven't had a retest yet of this. Not guaranteed that we will. I suppose we did retest this area here. We go down here to the highs, back to another test. So we haven't retested the lows or this previous mark yet. But if it doesn't, that's like, okay, sellers never came in too aggressively. Buyers never waited as long before going big here. So if you see it going above like 242 and the 240s in here at any time in the next, today, that or even into tomorrow, that would be like, wow, good setup moving forward. And then on the daily term time frame, and these just long terms are just wowzers basically. What a run it has been. It has barely even corrected within the 18 since breaking out at the middle part of December. And that was just recently, just January the 5th came to the 18 average of highs. Very close, but not quite to coming back to where it came from. Again, not only does it usually do it, but it usually pierces extra and even congests within it type deal. No, not here. It still may, but if it doesn't and we see it going above it, I've been talking about the $3 change level. I still haven't seen any monstrous volume to indicate we're toppy kind of deal. I think this is good introduction where if we most likely have a move over 3, and it's probably going to see volume that will easily surpass that would come down below in here. On the weekly chart, exitation of the 18 average of highs last occurring here, again, middle part of December. It's only on period 3 from on what is leg number 3. Leg number 1 finished May 25th. Leg number 2 finishing September the 28th. Monthly term time frame, not much data to go over here, but it is showing nice little breakout of this 18 average of highs lifting off from it in the previous month. Next up is Tezos. I'll start it off with the dollar, then over to the Bitcoin. And I don't remember putting these numbers in. I probably did it much recently because I kind of remember. But they would most likely represent Fibonacci if it's me doing it. With that being said, price action hit a low October of 2019 of 75 cents. And it just rallied from that point forward. And I was surprised it went down like this originally because I thought, oh man, Tesla's on Binance. No, actually, no. Whenever it came on Binance, it went down like this. I was surprised. This is Coinbase's chart, but the high almost $4. Not the all-time high because it surpassed it last year. And then $4. And when we look at the volatility here, 1, 2, 3 periods later, 3 weeks later, the low goes down to pretty much $1. And I mean, you need to buy or to get it at $1 or even $1.10 probably. And then it rallies quickly up to here, congests for a bit, and no resistance. But the next high comes in at $4.50, basically. $4.49 is the Coinbase price. And now we're seeing a small attempt getting above this November 23rd, but it didn't even hold within the period. And then now it's just another small attempt. As of now, it's a small attempt within this week. And the week is relatively just started too. No, it's not. Midweek. Midweek, yes. Weeks start on Monday, I think. And right now it's in the middle part of Wednesday. So 2.5 into 7. Actually close to 3. 2.5. And now that it's got this attempt, what does this mean on the shorter term time frame? Daily chart, we can see it got above here. How did it react to the 18 lows? I've always talked about where we came from. Well, it came back to where we came from and it supported such. But it wasn't able to get by the retracement from this low to this high, to not getting real good move above the 18 of highs. Then it comes down to retest this Fibonacci and the lows again, and it has the break below it. Like statement more than anything, because it never broke down anything more after that. Didn't have a quick break, didn't have a relatively fast move to previous high and down again until, like fast that is, because it did this and this. So the statement move was correct for one leg, but that one leg looks like a failed breakdown to me. Goes down, breaks out above in here, gets to show some strength amongst the 18 average of highs, but comes down in here to the lows, the hold, and there's that big move on December 23rd, down 13.8%. But it broke down below that key level, but it most certainly supported it and held and stayed above it. As within, again, the session, it just goes down and it comes back up to it, and it doesn't really go down below. It doesn't go below it again. We can see that the low on November the 4th came in at $1.78 change, and the low on December 24th came in at $1.79 change. And then we have excitation amongst the 18 average of highs 2 days ago. Nice little hold day yesterday, and continuation higher, getting above the resistance from December the 17th, and now also the resistance from November the 30th. Now back to trying to get to back to the previous high. So 294 seems like it should be a retest coming soon for Tezos. The statement again to me looks pretty clear, which has been made within this move, getting above the 18 average of highs at 3 a.m. session on January the 3rd. Getting up to this resistance, coming down the 18 lows. And then it retests this level, back down. Then it shows strength amongst this level, or like supporting that level of resistance. And then on the breakout, very phenomenal move that occurs on this hour, a gain of 8.4%. And on this single hour term time frame, that's just what that is. Let's take a look at this against the Bitcoin. And we'll start with shorter to longer, 1 hour, getting above its level of resistance, and a little bit of nice failed but good retracement move, because it goes down below the 18 lows, but unable to successfully have any type of good bearish retracement, because it doesn't resist the lows or the highs, and it doesn't even resist the 61.8. So that's then we see in here one session, like these 2 periods here, how we get up close to the highs, including 4 a.m., but 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning, it gets to the highs and holds it. And then 7 o'clock, it breaks it. 8 o'clock, it holds it. 9 o'clock, for this period now. 9:38 is my current time. It's coming back to where we came from. Just a very small move in the correction so far. VIA, it still hasn't anywhere near the lows, and it just barely came back to the previous resistance from 5 p.m. 2 days ago up until noon yesterday. Wait, this is 2 days ago? Yeah, I suppose it is. On the 4 hour term, this is very, very interesting here, because a statement has been made, and a buyback period. This is almost like a interesting buy time. Okay, put a buy in, expect maybe put a stop loss down below here if you're playing that type of game, and then see what you can get on the way up. Because to me, I don't know, I think it's going to do pretty well. I mean, the thing about this is anytime it makes a move like this, it's either this or that, and this is bullish. Okay, so you get the statement, you're going to go up, and they do it. And then whichever concise way it fills out, it fills out. Maybe just shoots up fast and it does it immediately. Maybe we come back to where it came from, consolidate for 4 or 5 periods, and then we go up later. There's so many different ways it can happen. But whenever I see a concise statement move made, and this is that, breaking above this, if this fails, and the failure will always come within the 18 of this previous level of support, 6,850 Satoshi or the 684 handle, then failed move, concise, fast, usually fast move to the opposite direction. Amongst the daily term, and this has been in a large bear market. I've lost all my Fibonacci lines. I must have deleted them by mistake. I don't need them anyway. I'll actually redo them in time, but there's really no need to right now. I would be using this high. So the high of 38.65 divided by whatever the low happens to be currently. It's in at that of 563 to the roots of the key numbers, but before 23.6, even the 15% is going to be important, even the 9% number and so on. myself, this has worked out pretty well for me. I mean, I was just scrambling, playing around. I figured 6,000 was a place to buy. And I had a buy order in for 6,000 going back to like in here. Or even in, way back in here even. I was just breaking down. This is where I put my buy order, I think. It might even been before Christmas. It was somewhere in this area. I had Bitcoin. I was just managing my accounts back and forth, and then moving funds around here and there, and it worked out. It was all said and done that I had my Bitcoin on Bittrex. I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter which site it's on because they're all 50,000 Satoshi to withdraw. And then you just look at how much it's going to cost, and you're thinking, okay, why withdraw it? I'm just going to pay like well over $10 at the time. Now it's like 16, 17 bucks US to withdraw it. What's going to end up happening here, Derek? I'm probably going to end up in a few days just depositing that Bittrex back. And then I'm going to have to pay him several dollars out of my Trezor wallet to get it out. Bring it to one of my sites. It doesn't really matter, Huobi or Bittrex or whatnot. Even Poloniex, they all have Tezos. And I'll buy it. But no, why don't, I mean, just put a buy order in, it's going to happen. And then if not, and just goes up, just manage it accordingly. So I put my buy order in for like the 60 handle. And then I thought before, you know what, let's try to get a little bit greedy. And everything worked out the same at the end. If not, maybe paid a little bit more. I put a buy order in for the 60 handle. It hit. But after taking it, I put one in for 60. Then I put one for 58. Then I put one for 55 and 50 and 30. So this one and the 58 hit. So I ended up buying here on the break, right around here in this point in here. This early January 3rd morning, I bought like the 630-ish or 628, 630 handle. Just buy it up and then move the Tezos into my hardware wallet. I probably should upgrade my new hardware wallet. Get a new fit. I mean, they've asked me for like weeks and months to do it. It still works without the upgrade. But maybe it's not as well because I found something very, very interesting. I'm going to show you some of the deposit that I made. And this is on the Bittrex site. So we have the date stamps here, January 4th, yesterday and today. You can see what time I wake up in the morning, 8:52, 9 o'clock, get the stuff done, 8 o'clock I wake up, and 8:30, whatever. And then I'll get stuff done. So yesterday I deposited H-bar in the morning. What happened yesterday? It was a totally forgetful moment. Usually H-bar you need like a memo with your public address. And it's an interesting address number look that it has. So I'm like, is this right? Let's just throw 18. I wanted to sell 38.70. And then Tezos. I sold some Tezos yesterday. Now it says 42.7536. I never really noticed that it actually sent more, I think, than what I asked for. I asked to send 42.75, which is kind of interesting. H-bar sent some of that yesterday, 33.25, making a trade there. And with Tezos, I sent 47.5, but it worked out to 47.49865. I mean, whatever. It doesn't make a big deal when it's all said and done. And I wrote down I'll even show you my spreadsheet and how I wrote it down, which was 47.5. But I found that relatively interesting. You can notice the time again at 9:05 a.m. And what I bought was DGB. And I got 4,445 it'll be 55 of them. But I just rounded it down. I just rounded to 44.45. I didn't put the decimals in. I round down, of course, so that my balance is always a little higher than what actually my spreadsheet would tell me I have. I'm going to go to my spreadsheet next after this too, at least bits and pieces of it. So I put my public key in there, and I withdraw the amount. What time did this happen at? I guess this happened at 9:15 a.m. So therefore, in the exchange and then out of the exchange. That's the way that I like it. And this is my spreadsheet, and I just re-updated it because of everything going on with Binance I'm going to try to get a hold of them again today. I've only contacted them twice via chat, and both times they were like, because what happened was, long story short, if you haven't heard, I was just trying to fidget around, trying to learn how to do Binance Smart withdrawals. And then the automated computer script said, hey, things look a little weird. We're going to stop you from withdrawing. And I was withdrawing like $2, $4, 50 cents amount, whatever. Nothing amounts. And then I haven't even done, I was like delaying my KYC on there for the whole time since I started. So I thought, might as well get that done. And I did. And it was accepted. And then all of a sudden, my withdrawal limits go up, 100 Bitcoin limit and everything. Okay, I don't need that, but thank you. And my limit you had before was like 2 Bitcoin. Definitely didn't even need that before, but the thing that still didn't withdraw. So I wait a little bit. I send the support ticket claims through. Nothing happens, and they have never, they have not had a non-script based email ever come to me in a long time. But I send them a chat, and then they say, yeah, we'll get a hold of you soon. And then, of course, I never did. A week or so, half goes by, do the same thing again they're saying. And that it's like a priority list that they're talking about, never say anything. And then, a few days ago, I forgot that day. Yesterday night, I do it, go on Q755, and it never changes. I'm like, screw it, I don't have the time. I'm going to do it later today. We'll see how long number I'm Q at today. I got to go out in town, so I'm going to wait till I get back after I come back in town to do it. That's just pretty terrible. Anyway, so yeah, that's the reason why I've done it. So what I do here, I put in the prices manual. It doesn't take much time. As it goes, when I look at this in here, I got the numbers written down. So I write down 1254, 3461, 84, 113. And I got all of these numbers in. So we got the Canadian dollar, gold, silver, $27.42. And then all of my different crosses. So the next one in line is Ripple and Bitcoin Cash. But with Ripple right now, I'm waiting for bigger moves. I've been doing that with the theta up moves, and even for that matter, even the theta down moves now. I really haven't been able to buy much theta back. And amongst my tabs that I have, this is the base. I'm not going to click on portfolio. There's way too much information I'm not going to share there. Theta, this is everything that's traded against theta. H-bar, which is these 3 codes, LITECOIN, these 2 codes, and then the other pair. So amongst the other pair, I just don't want to show the Ripple numbers there. I was wanting to show the dates here and this here. So I have my inventory that I allocate of my DGB to Tezos. Right now that's 28,298, which is originally 28,000 plus the sum of all of this. That's how I calculate it. And then these numbers would then be moved into my portfolio section to cut my balance, to understand where my balance is at. Tezos, 350 plus the sum, which is now at 359, so the sum of all of this. So the DGB price and the current ratio, the last trade, and the differential. This is a new cross for me. I just flipped add ones here and there. December 26th was the first spot trade that I made where I took 4,147 DGB. And the reason why I would have taken that is my number on my wallet would have probably said 47 or 97. I would just even the number out. That's just the way I am. And then 56.8 was how many Tezos I got. The ratio then was 73.01. And then today on January the 6th, that trade that I just made, trading 47.5 theta or Tezos, getting 4,445 DGB, ratio of 93.58. So if it goes anywhere back down like to this low 70s or lower, then I'm gonna flip the trade back again, take about 4,000, 3,900 maybe DGB, and then get myself well north of this number in here. So I gained. I'm like a little bit favoritism. That's what I like about this, because not like DGB cares. It doesn't have emotions. It's a computer. 300 or so DGB, which is not even quite 10%. It's not 10% more. And for Tezos, I end up getting and I told myself based on how much I was going to get that of 9.3 or about 15%. So I want to favor my gain in here. So it's 9.3 free Tezos. And then I guess you could say 298 free DGB. Now, Ripple Bitcoin Cash, this is what makes this interesting. I started this March 8th of last year. Then it traded on the 12th, then the 19th, then April 28th. I mean, this is what can happen in this business, in this game. Nothing until August 4th after that. Nothing in May, June, or July. And then nothing for the rest of August, September, October. We're in most of November. Then November 20th, November 21st, 26th, 12/15, 12/23, 12/27, 12/28, 12/28. Just crazy, crazy things when times move up, when times pick up. Okay, so now interestingly again, these are the different, I mean, this here is like what I trade on the ratio. Again, I put this on here so I can convert things to the Canadian dollar. And of course, gold and silver is they're my favorite holdings overall. And silver is my biggest holding of all of these individually. Although Theta has now reached number 2. At one point, Theta was like number 8 and 7, 6 and stuff like that, and 5. And 4, and then 3, then 2, then 1. Well, though it's number 2 to silver, though. And still has a long ways to go, which is good. But I'm thinking, man, what happens when it beats silver? Well, it's not that hard. Turn Theta into something, then something into LITECOin, LITECOin into your hardware wallet, your LITECOin into silver. Silver gets delivered to your mailbox. Silver then goes where you want to put it, maybe in your safe here, maybe put it there, yada, yada. Okay. So ratio trading, I mean, this is, I can't add any of these because I don't have the premium software, but when I did have it, I just added these from before. So some of them like Dash Teslas, I don't even do. I'm not going to delete it. And the new ones I don't have either. But I can go like LITECOin Theta in here, and yeah, this is what happens. But no need for me to upgrade. I mean, this is awesome what I have on the trading view as it is within the Brave browser. But I mean, there's you just put in. I can still look at all the ratios. There's the weekly time frame. See, those in a range from 400 up to like 800 and so on. Down she goes. These things will go up and down. But if one just dominates the other, there's a good chance it'll never go above 370 again. This thing will maybe go down to like 20, 15, and then maybe it might have a move up to like 180, 200 as its future all-time high or whatever. That's very much, and I'm fine with that because I know that's exactly how part of this ratio trading game works. I got one more thing to cover, and it's been a long video, but I expected it to be so. So yeah, so ports this is like all the ones I have, and codes has a lot of the other ones and a bunch of other ones. Oh, this is like 1 divided by the price. This is like the backwards price of Bitcoin. That's like cool to see. I haven't looked at that in a long time. Bitcoin Cash, Bear Shit USD, which is shit coins basically, and it's the bear fund. So I mean, this is something to talk about too. And when we get to the bullshit one, you can see, this one's going way down. Well, of course, altcoins they're getting their asses kicked. But look at the price that's went from down. It's like almost 20,000 now to 3/4. This will be like split again. This will go like 30, 40, 50, 60,000 high. I mean, these are totally scams unless you know what you're doing. When you know what you're doing, make sure you know what you're doing. BNB against the US dollar, Bitcoin, and all these different Bitcoin ones. This is the market cap, the dominance. Right now within the dominance, there's a little bit of a down move on the weekly. That's what I want to see, but what market does the market does, because I want to see altcoins kick ass. The Dow Jones, the Dixie, the Ethereum against the Bitcoin, gold's ratio. Right here, the mid-bear and mid-bull. This is what I'll show you right there. So the mid-bear, getting its ass kicked, 10,000 to 1.3. And then the mid-bull, not so awesome by any means. Below this high. Even the Direxians of the days when I would watch it, even when they were kicking ass, they were still beating previous highs. Not to the greatest of degrees. You'd still be like, man, that's all it's beating it by. But these are really, really bad. But when you look at it from day trading perspectives, this goes from 600 to 400. I mean, this gives you a chance. Just a couple of days ago, this was 761. This was 500 there. On the hourly term time frame, you had to go from 1,000 up to like 1,400. And you get in and out of these things, and you can make a whole shitload of cash very, very easy. Then we got others: palladium, platinum, silver, SPY, Theta against the Bitcoin, gold, silver, Theta against the dollar, and Tezos against the dollar is on the bottom of this list. This one's interesting. I mean, these are ones I put in way back when, and this was on September 27th of, I think, the previous year beforehand, 2019. A lot of them I've deleted and are red now, but that's not what I want to go over. It's a BNB base, but it's not, because I can't rename this. See, if I go to like rename, it won't let me do it. So whatever. I just deleted everything yesterday on it, and I just started adding everything else. This is the Huobi codes. So we got AST up 34% today. Nice move on the hourly time frame. Putting all these in alphabetically order. I'm thinking about doing day trading and stuff like that. Not like I do much. I mean, not like I do any of it really, and not like I don't trade. I mean, because I do a little bit of day trading here and there, and it's very little. And I do a lot, really, of my ratio trading and stuff. Whenever I can, of course. But all of these different coins in here. In alphabetical order. There's a lot of them. I mean, we're on the Fs, the Gs. GNX is up 16%. Nice little move over the last couple hours. It's only a 3 Satoshi coin, but Nano. Ooh, I think someone was requesting that recently. Nice move. Well, I think it was Nano. I guess we'll do it now since we're doing it, but here we have Nano having, and then buy low, sell high. If you bought anywhere in here, the 400 got up to 758. And then it gave it all back and then some more, 300. Now it's gotten back to 663. Let me do some Fibonacci. What I want to take is let me just get my Fibonacci calculator up. I want to take this high, which is 775, I think I read. Let me just double check. Yeah. And on the low, we got 299. Where's the 61.8? We got 540 and 430. So 430 was this area in which it was congesting for so many days and supporting. And 540, we can see it did its thing in there, and then went to break it with a concise move. So, yeah, very, very interesting. Loom or Nano. I think it might have been Loom. Someone might have been asking too. I don't know if it's Loom or Nano. I guess I can quickly look at Loom right now because I got Loom right here. Loom's getting its ass kicked right now on the daily. I mean, these things can go when they're ready to go, as you can see with that. But this only goes up to nulls. I got more work to do today. I've been just manually adding one. So I'll literally just push this plus button, put the code in, and then push the plus here. That's just basically all I'm doing for that. But a lot of this is going to be set to day trade. So then I asked myself, coins go in and out of exchanges for me. And that wouldn't even be any different on day trades. Because if I'm getting into anything on here, then why am I going to be holding the coins when I have them on the exchange? Question mark. What's my answer? My answer is several reasons. Number one, the wallet is offline, and I can't withdraw it. In fact, I was forced yesterday because I couldn't withdraw my, for the 2 days ago with my Teslas on Huobi. They didn't have the withdraw available. So I kept it on there. It wasn't like it was that much. And then this morning I was like, well, I might as well just sell it now. And I did. And then that's one reason why I do it there. Number two, what happens if it costs a lot? Chainlink or something to withdraw. Is it worth doing? Maybe not. Number three, I think I can sell it very, very much in the near term, like next few hours. I got to have a sell order in. For whatever reason, I need the sell order is the best play. That's the interesting thing about a sell order. The question, do I do sell order? Yes, I did. Yes, no. Near type thing, whatever. I don't ever add like music on my videos. Of course. Well, really, I like to make parodies here or there, but very rarely in comparison to my videos. But anyway, say you want to think, okay, I want to sell this at say whatever number you pick, it's the same thinking either way. So I want to sell it up here. So by having the order in, then I don't have to be at the computer. I can be sleeping. I can go in town. I can do this. Don't even have to look. If it hits, it hits, and I can react to it later after the fact. Now, that is that one. By not having the order, what happens if you do one of those things and you come back and you see the prices up here? Well, your order's hit. But when you've rather sold wherever that higher price is, that's where you lose out on the play. What happens if you come up and you see something like this? Even if you see something like that. Well, you hit and now the price is lower and you can't get it now. It's a win versus loss situation. Assess risk versus reward. Play versus play. A versus B. Apple versus orange. Those types of things. So a lot of it would be, okay. And then when I think, okay, I get a coin never even seen before, we'll say. Works out. Oh, get new. Whatever. Let's just say it works out. I don't really want to do a 89 Satoshi coin. Whatever. Meat. Let's just assume that right now there's nothing to say to buy this right now other than you're just buying low and you're looking to buy more low. But I mean, look at these moves. You have your orders in here. I mean, if like some coins like PivX, I mean, that you want to put sell orders for PivX because those rallies rarely hold. When a coin goes up and goes sideways a lot of times and just holds their moves, you know what? Kind of like maybe want to not put a sell order in. And then if I say, for example, I'm in a coin. Okay, I want to buy it. I think I can get it maybe even within the day. But if I know I can put it in my hardware wallet and say it's really cheap, almost nothing to withdraw. But I've never seen this coin, so I'm going to have to search coin meet. One thing I'll do is go to my Atomic wallet, see if they got it. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I got a Coinimate wallet. I can try to find just a look on the website where you make your own private keys and stuff like that. Just a base private key one. I mean, I did that with stuff like SkyCoin before and GoChain. It worked out well before. And then I'm going to test it, of course. So I'll send like 20 cents, 50 cents worth even. See how long it takes to the exchange, to my wallet. See how well it works. Okay. Then when it's on my wallet, I'll send it back to the exchange. That little bit that I had, and see how that process works. If I'm properly with all those things, that I like the coin, I might whatever with the wallet, and now the hardware wallet strategy would pass. And then of course stake value. Does it really bother you? Maybe you're like, okay, like I showed in here some dollar values in there. Let me just go back to it. There's one more thing I wanted to show on here too today. Like 47.5. That's like 500 or what? 500? Not even close to 500. It's like $100 worth. It's not what one means for another is like whatever, of course. But $126. You're like, do I really even need to do it? I mean, like I said, I've already lost like 4 figures, and a small amount of 4 figures, thankfully. It was over 2,000. Now it's over 1 because it's Ripple on Binance. And I'm playing the Ripple game for big, aggressive moves. If it's worth a lot, they keep not getting back to me, I'm going to have to talk to a lawyer. But at this stage, I want to make sure it's got good value. So I'm still going to trade on it here and there if they keep letting me anyway. So this is what I got on my bitch projects when it's all said and done. Actually, no. It's 0 now. My withdrawal. My other one. This is what I had before I made my withdrawal. And then on here, it was $2.66, which is like just your holdings of like your trading account of like miscellaneous dust numbers. I think a lot of it is Ravencoin Plus or something, actually. That's what it is Ravencoin Plus or whatever, because I had it. It's like nothing. I don't care about it. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.